Hi, everybody. If, like me, you're a bit confused, today is Sunday, September the 7th. I can't tell you what time it is where you are, but where I am, it's bang on 11 a.m. And for Sunday, the building is noisy. The front door keeps opening and closing, banging shut. But it's okay, it's just part of, apartment life, living in a tenement anywhere in Scotland. So I hope your weekend has been good. We have had rain, drizzly rain, on and off, and it's raining right now, and it remains dark, and truthfully, I have no idea why I bothered to get dressed or, comb my hair, do anything. This is actually a PJ day, but I got dressed. So, this morning, as is often the case with me, I awakened too early and I was looking for something to watch. And I found this movie on YouTube. And it was a made for TV movie. It came out in, I believe it was 1983. And it featured Jane Fonda, Geraldine Page, Levon Helm, Amanda Plummer, and Dan Hedaya. And it's set in World War II in the Bluegrass, Kentucky mountains. And it covers a family of which Jane Fonda plays the mom. And there's 5 kids, and they're just struggling. They live on a little farm in a little, bluegrass hamlet, and they're known as hillbillies. And most of the men in the hamlet have either, been called up to fight in the war, or they've migrated north seeking work in the armaments factories and the car factories. Jane Fonda, all she wants to do is save enough money to buy a little place of her own for her family, because currently they're renting, they're sharecroppers, so half of everything, half of their crop has to go to the person who owns the land for the rent, and she's tired of this arrangement. Anyway, her husband decides he's going to head north to Detroit. What was that? Can you hear that? That was a big door slam. Her husband decides to head north, to Detroit, as they call it, to see if he can join the army. The army doesn't take him, but he does get work in a factory, a car factory, and he joins the union. And the rest of the movie deals with how hard it is for him to adapt to big city life without his family, and her struggle, to keep the farm together back home. And then one day she gets a telegram from him saying, come up here, I can't do this without y'all. But she really doesn't want to go north. But her mother-in-law, wonderfully played by Geraldine Page, starts quoting the Bible at her about how a wife must cleave to her husband and submit and obey. So she heads north with the kids, and the rest of the movie deals with the whole family's struggles, because they're living in like an employee's block. So the houses are all, really, really, really close together, and they're small, and everybody is all up in everybody else's business and stuff. And the kids get bullied at school because they're known as hillbillies. They talk funny, they dress funny, and the oldest boy has a great deal of trouble adapting. So one day, he hops a train and goes back to the mountains where he lives with his grandmother and helps her with the farm. It's good. It was entertaining. I won't spoil it for you. The only argument I had with it was a bit long at 2 hours and 25 minutes. But, if you wake up at 5 and can't get back to sleep, it's decent enough to watch if you just want to lay in bed all cozy and watch something, soothing. It was an entertaining and soothing film to watch. That was The Dollmaker, and you can find it on YouTube. So that's it for me for the moment. You'll be pleased to know I am continuing to not watch the news. I'm really, really surprised, at the amount of willpower I have, because that's just something I do. It's part of my routine. But like I said, I'm enjoying my new routine. So if today is your birthday, happy birthday. If it's your anniversary, happy anniversary. Cherish each other, because life is short. If things are all messed up right now, try not to let it, disturb you too much, because that's just life. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down, and the bad times never last for long. Thank you, as always, for tuning in to share your time with me. If you're not already subscribed, please do so, because it helps the channel and it makes me really happy. So until the next time I drop a video for you, stay safe and live well. That's Kathy out. Have a blessed Sunday.